Many moons have passed since I left the town of Tristram behind me. Since then I've tried to forget the terrors I beheld beneath the cold earth and the twisted nightmares that have haunted my every waking moment. There's something dark within me now. I can feel it. Ice blast to the past, a bitter killer's mastery class, an orb of ice, a centrifuge recasted the fast, a frozen mass. They shattered into glasses of ash, a chill and blizzard wizards cast, and now I'm gone in a flash. And we don't stop, a Nova proc, a weapon swap, a unique drop. We're tearing through this chaos, listen to our master rap to flock. The last who popped the moment stopped, he's finally free. Not even death can save me from me. Holy bolt, holy shield, holy freeze. I might smite the Lord of Terror unto his knees. I'll set free the beast within just to watch him bleed. Pure concentration, no salvation, just to restore peace and bring order to the world. The desecration from my sword, he start a war. I'll massacre the core foundation of the law. This ain't no soul in search of answers, just a hero with a T. And by the time I finish slaying, there won't be Diablo 3. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes in turretonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. Bring it back to the master of the track. Travel east to find the beast so I can slay him with my rap. Don't need flails or a sword, tie my hands behind my back. Like a shop up, I'ma kill him with my lyrical attack. Time to let out my battle cry. I don't find the time to grind a level 9 to 9. Support the party blizzard wizard and that summon god. I stand to tank the flanking dolls, but when I try to fight, my damage lacks. Decrepified, I can't attack. I spent my life mastering axes, now I'm damned to cat. Or cries of anguish, they don't care, they want the mana back. Dead dreams of prestige, honor, valor. Now I stand and rap, I go slow. A mental block from years ago. Still trapped inside my mind, the fiction howling's all I know. Yet as I hit my blows, my vengeance charges start to grow. Look out, Diablo, this barbarian's about to steal the show. I spit fire, but not the weak like Inferno. Ebotted poison over shots crushed from my goblin toes. Line by line, I'm breathing rhymes into red lightning hose. And if you're caught up in this flow, your corpse just might explode. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes in turretonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. It's a catastrophe, matic talic bashing me. Can't throw blows cause I chose my caricature. Tornadoes, dodging mobs like it's an allergy. Path of War's a product of a master mastery. I pray to D, pray straight blasphemy. I pray to find a glitch or bug to get me past these three. I'll lose my mind if talic's extra faster, I can't see. Maddox throws it's time to focus, DJ drop that beat. They're afraid of the pain that I ingrain in the brain. Degrade the brave escapades by throwing shade at the name. My rage builds ends, her lame volcanoes burning away. Cat level 4, hurricane, chill to the core, can't escape. Soon be no more disengrave statues of gold that'll say you're worthy hero. Now go slay the Lord of destruction today. Source and controls road's fate. Get to the throne to delay your only hope. Take a moment now, ready, set, play. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes in turretonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. Blade shit on assassin, invade for res maxima. Waves of fire setting ablaze to trespassing and slaves. And the masses afraid of the traps that lay waste as they cast on the days by mind blasting. Now faced with the past is the phase from the passage. Remind us of mortality, destruction of reality. A moment of silence, please. Beware, foul demons and beast.
It's Friday. It's supposed to be gambling day. Every Friday and 22 nights was gambling day before. Gosh darn it. Alright, well let's speedrun it instead or something. I'm not muted. Get out of here. hell? Hardcore Amazon. That's silliness, though. I'm just reviewing really fast. Okay. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Oh. Never mind. No gambling. Speedrun instead. Are we cooking children or speedrunning? Can't believe they got rid of that. Start the reset macro. Settings. Amazon. Hardcore. No more PoE 2. I'm expecting that question a lot today. You take one day off.
Good day.
Do I ever do twinked speedruns? Yeah, we call them New Game Plus. They're like really fast. I did a New Game Plus race. I want to say it was a Paladin. We were flying.
Good day.
Just be like Kano, say you'll need to practice PoE2 offline, yeah.
Good day. Good day.
Yeah, since I said it. So you're really doing an entire year of sub only, all 2025. That's for sure what I said. Yep.
I shall purge this land of the
Those are the words that came out of my mouth. D2 is the wife and PoE2 is the mistress. What's wrong with you guys? What up, Scooby-Doo? Do I actually need gold? I mean, another set of jabs would be nice. We should have... actually... Not sure. No, so the crescent moon 360. Okay. Crescent moon functions not for you if it's on your mercenary. So when you have minus light res, that only happens for whoever is holding it. First class I actually beat the entire game with by myself was a barbarian. And it wasn't until college that I did it. Because I used to only, you know, when I was growing up, I'd just play online, right? Online superior, blah, 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 blah. I was one of those. Single player, I could just cheat. Why not just hero edit all the gear? Didn't have, like, the appreciation as much. I don't know if I love Players 8 in here. Might go to Players 3. Detour just crashed. Huh. I probably do need to re-download all the files or whatever. So I guess you hated Path of Exile too. That must be it. Must be what happened. Was Infinite Gambling yesterday? No, but usually it's every Friday, but for some reason they decided to not put it on Friday this time, or maybe just because it's starting on Friday they don't want it. I don't know. So, no Infinite Gamble. How am I one-shotting zombies? Thrown javelins are insanely strong. 7 to 18 damage there. So you hit a zombie with 18. I am slightly worried because I started on P8. I might have to start stabbing a little bit here, just because there's a lot of dudes. I'm not going to have enough jabs to throw if I don't. It's okay, I mean, we got the experience, so. And stabbing is pretty fast, especially for Fallens. You can 1 or 2 stab all of them pretty much, so. Watch out for one-shots, yeah. You don't need, you just need an online character for the Infinite Gambling. But there's no Infinite Gambling today. I thought it was going to be... And it did not come to be. Oh my god, I don't have a timer running. I just decided I would speedrun and I forgot a timer. I am not the smartest man to exist. You may explode on death in the den? Thank God, no. My short term is... it's just a minor. Okay. It's alright. Did you say that already, Binary, or?
Good day. Good day. Good day. Good.
See?
I'm looking for a top left exit.
Help me!
Oh no, you've been exiled from Path of Exile too? Did Grinding Gear Games one-shot you for criticizing that mechanic? Or was it because you died for a 7th time? Either way, RIP 2, I'm sure we've seen the last of you. Time to die 7 times in D2R? Wow.
Good day.
It's a very fun game. I do think
Good day.
there doesn't need to be so much still in the one-shot realm, especially because there is exclamation mark top left, especially because there is like you can die from white mobs, you can die from lots of, you know, other stuff. Why are we still putting on death explosions? Why are we putting, like, the game is harder how it needs to be, but it doesn't need to be destroying all your characters if you're not dodging perfectly. Like, it's really gone into the, like, Elden Ring, you know, pushing more towards the Souls difficulty.
Good.
Where's Path of Exile? I'm playing D2 today.
Good day.
Do I think PoE2 is more difficult than D2R? Hell. No.
This land of the shadow.
I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways, no. It's more difficult because, like, visual clarity is awful. And there's more on-death explosions. There's more, like, ways to just die to random trash overall. Like that. And there's more one-shots from bosses. And the bosses are much harder because the bosses are just better. I don't want to block, so I throw it away. But the general piece, I actually feel like once you get to the later pieces, like D2R, oh my god, and hell, so many of the white mobs are just absolute murderers. Murderers. So. That's it, Paladin. You nailed it. Okay, let's see. I should have just gone over here first. Alright, so let's go to players 3 here.
I hear foul creatures about.
No, I mean, I will admit this. I've actually really been enjoying my hardcore melee playthrough, like, attempts there. It's been fun, it's been interesting, it's nice to, like, learn more about the bosses as I'm going through and playing them. So I'm like, oh, why did I die to that boss? Oh, he has this, you know, at 50% life he releases these fires. Okay, so that's good to know. Or the little hit the little souls there, like, that's been really fun. I do feel like I've been improving in my knowledge of that, which is just a good experience. But it still does feel like there's too many one-shot mechanics overall in the game, you know. And again, it just kind of gets worse the higher up you go. Alright, remember that dude's right in there. Sure nobody's up there. Good. Speed. I'm gonna try players 8 for the boss. See if we can't try and capitalize a little bit on experience there. Oh, yeah, it says arise, Mr. Llama SC. Lord of Diablo, probably something like that.
I can't carry anymore.
Mato VT excited 4 months already? Let's go.
Let's go, Chewie.
I can't carry anymore.
Rise, chicken or rise.
I can't carry anymore.
Rise, chicken or rise.
I am overburdened.
Flashback to high school. WASD, I believe, is gone currently. Single player doesn't get any of the boosts, but I didn't want to do all that with all that. You're there, you're there, you're there. Chicken rice. The game volume seems low? Really? Did I repair? Okay. 2 sockets, 2 sockets. Okay. Well, we've got our level up right here at least, so that's good. I feel like PoE 2, while fun, creates more sense of exhaustion than fun. I think that's a slight accuracy of it. It's very fun, but it's also a little exhausting sometimes. Time goal? I'd love to be sub 4. Obviously 409 is record, so sub 409. There we go. Way more tensed up playing that than any other ARPG. Yeah, I mean, I think myself as well.
Not enough mana.
It's very... You're constantly tense, and that's the thing is, I feel like ARPGs, when they're really in a good spot, have a nice back and forth balance between chill time and like tense time. This is burial, but I'm gonna reset. Just see if we can get an experience shrine and maybe get that boss group again.
What you need?
So that is the like skill shrine. We do get the boss again. And I don't feel like you really get chill time. And even when you feel like you get chill time, all of a sudden you no longer get that chill time because, oopsies, there's a, you know, explosion after the monster died when you're trying to grab the loot and you died now. You know. And that's where that frustration comes in, and it's like, you're always supposed to be on. You can never take a second to breathe and just like relax and take a sip of water. Oh, you killed the mobs. Take some water and grab your loot. Nope. Explosions. So, oh, I actually had it chipped already? Did not remember picking it chipped up. And like I say, I am still very much enjoying the game. I am finding it to be a lot of fun. The difficulty is fun and where they have it in many ways. But I do think there needs to be a little bit more like, yeah, we're just kind of cruising through. Enjoying ourselves. Oh my god, Binder, I knew you were gonna say it. Monster respawn plus giant maps makes dying tedious in softcore as well. Yeah, it's like they really wanted to punish. It's very, very punishing. Extremely difficult plus punishing doesn't feel great. It's definitely a choice. I mean, you know, again, it's they clearly want the game to be hard and punishing. That is their vision, and I think you can still have that while removing some of where it, you know, what does currently exist within. First try, Taleth. This is offline single player. So it's just a, you know, it's a great game. But you do wonder sometimes about some of the pieces that they brought over. Wow, 10 FCR, 6 all res. Not exactly the character for that, but
What's that smell?
right? It's like, the game is super fun. I'm so glad that they're trying to make it difficult, that they're really focusing on that. I actually really like a lot of the changes that they have made. They've simplified a lot of PoE. Nicholas with 10 gifted subs. My goodness gracious. Or memberships, excuse me. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Chewy, from before. On Twitch. But there are, you know, it's like... It kind of reminds me a little bit of Diablo 3 to 4. Not saying the game is anything like Diablo 3 or 4, mind you. Thanks, Nicholas. You're the best. But what I mean by that is in Diablo 3 to 4, you find a lot of Diablo 3's mechanics have been brought over to Diablo 4. Because that's just the developers were Diablo 3 devs, you know? And so I think you see a little bit of the same in PoE 2, where there's just some stuff that's brought over because that's how the devs, you know, develop. And it's not always the best things that are coming over.
I can't carry anymore.
GG. Rather play Llama RPG anyways. I mean, everybody would rather play Llama RPG, but that's because that's, you know, Game of the Year coming, so. LS, very close.
Good day.
Okay, so chip. I don't think I'm actually gonna need half these javelins, actually, now that we think about it. And no, we already have those. You're there. Sure, why not? Magic damage reduced by 1. Poison length. Okay. Let's find a tower in. Is there a reset today? No, but 22 Nights of Terror has started.
I can't carry anymore.
Hot take, but a lot of Path of Exile 2's core systems feel like a step back from PoE 1. Wow. I'd say that is a slightly hot take and in it, but that's fair. There's no David Spade in Llama RPG. Can't afford that. There's a reset today for OG Diablo. Oh, there you go. LOD's got one, I guess. I can afford you doing a bad David Spade. Hooray. David Shovel.
Help me!
Recap for all those confused viewers joining the stream now. Llama thinks 2 is terrible, and he's never going to play it again. This may or may not be related to him being bad at the game and dying 7 times.
Wow.
Also, he's going full members only in 2025.
Thanks, Starler. It's a great recap. Nailed it all. Not Infinite Gambling Day. I thought it would be, because it used to be every Friday. But maybe not the first Friday, they decided. Am I missing the WASD at all? You know, it's funny. Whenever I play a new PoE 2 character, I'm like, I need my WASD. But as soon as I go back and play Diablo 2, I don't... My, like, hands and muscles and everything is like, nope. Point and click. Kind of funny, actually. Friday the 13th. Hey, we got our Talrune. Let's go. Chip, chip, chip. Talon F. Wow, 10 FCR. Yeah, it's always Black Friday sale, so. We are quitting PoE start with the avalanche of all PoE 2 bad videos from all creators. Is there an avalanche of PoE 2 bad? You know, it's funny because, like, obviously, you know, I made a video today that says on death effects are garbage. And I think it's important to separate that out from somebody saying Path of Exile 2 is bad. I think this is an early access game where they are currently asking for our feedback, and we are trying to give our feedback, but it does not represent, at least for me, my overall feelings on the game. You know, I think very highly of the game, but the game is not perfect. Wow, those dudes just do not want to come out.
So, this is the site of Andariel's.
There really is something to be said about Diablo 2, man. Just, wow. I mean, even getting back and playing it here. You know, I do think one of the things with PoE 2, again, it leans more Souls, which... do what you want. But, you know, it's like... Diablo 2, you can run past mobs. You can increase the difficulty from that. Or if you're farming, you can really be a lot safer just with farming. There's not so much one-shots, but there are, like, one-shots, you know? It's really hard to nail down just how perfectly they got the difficulty. Maybe it comes even in the way of, like, potions and stuff.
I am overburdened.
Right? Like, in Diablo 2, your potions aren't just charges there. And, nice. You're, like, trying to be careful with them a little bit, so you're not always just spamming your potion whenever you start losing some life. Otherwise, you're having to go to town more, which you can do. You can drink a potion every time your life starts to drop a tiny bit. And you can go to town way more often. But it does create a feeling of trying to balance it all. It's very interesting. And I'm hoping to create a similar feeling in Llama RPG, where you probably won't enter every single monster fight with maximum life. Because if you do, it means you're constantly going back to town to heal after every fight, and it's going to be so tedious and awful. And And I think that's a really good place to actually have difficulty, is in a way where it's avoidable. And I think that's a little bit of what Crip was saying as well, when he was talking about
What nightmares.
how he tried to build tanky and he still gets one shot. And it's like, you really should be allowed to play the game as tanky as you possibly can and not really have any risk of one-shots. You know? Maybe your damage is complete garbage for it. Maybe it'll take you hours and hours and hours. But when you're just balancing around the dodge roll there, right? It's like, no matter how tanky you build yourself, there's still just going to be places where you're just going to die from a one-shot. And that's just not a fun feeling. And that was in PoE 1 and PoE 2. Oh, Honor, don't get me started on Sanctum for the trials. That might be my least favorite thing added. Huh. Okay, isn't this just gonna dead end over here though? No, I guess because that's there and that's there. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, no, it is dead ending. It's gonna go all the way over and then up. Ugly map. Ugly, ugly, ugly. No, the curse got me. Okay, 16. Oh, to be 16 again. It's probably too young, actually. But man, not waking up with my back hurting. That's all I'm thinking of. Ah, what are these maps? Oh, is it right there? It's a full wraparound. Annoying. It is 250% magic find day. I am 34. Oof, that hurts to say. Back hurting and all the bills. That's right. Check for your Twitch Prime subscription, please. Help Llama pay the bills.
Place is eerie.
I got two new babies. Help Daddy Bezos donate to the llama fund. After 30 you get an IRL DLC? Yeah, and it sucks. Your whole body hurts all the time. And suddenly everything costs so much money. What's the deal with back pain? Bro, if you took back pain away, life would be... I mean, I love my life. But man, that would like, whew, knock it up another notch. There's so much back pain at this age. It really makes you wonder, like, are we just, is this supposed to be our final age? 30s? Lamu Baby Fund, that's right. Rare heavy boots, come on, baby. Those are pretty bad, actually.
After age 30 is like changing from Pat 1.09 to 1.10. Everything is 10 times harder. And
Yeah.
everything you thought you knew was wrong.
But you actually gain power going from 109 to 110, so... because of all the synergies and stuff. I don't feel that part. It's like going from 109 to 110, but they forgot to patch in synergies. You're like, wait, but... Not if you're melee? Okay, or playing melee, there you go. Playing melee in 109 versus 110. I will accept that. Dang the rule. Why does she feel so hard still? Like she's on a higher player count. Yeesh. Probably because you don't take care of your body in your 20s. I've taken decent care of my body overall. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs.
Did rise up, and did say, ow, my back. And he did look upon his home, and he did judge that it was messy. And lo, his wife did ask, when you getting a real job? And his children did increase his mess. And he was 30 and 4.
30 and 4. I have a real job, thank you very much. It just really needs a little more support, that's all. I was pretty active up until the injury in kids. I mean, I'm still pretty active, but yeah, I was more active before.
Greetings.
19 to mana. Yes, please. That'll work. Just found a Vex. Let's go. And I know I'm complaining and I've got not nearly the difficulties that many others do have. So don't take my complaining of back pain and knee issues and such as anything taken away from others that have it worse. Trick, thank you very much. Hanging from a pull-up bar helps strengthen the lengthen the back out there. Considered it. Suffering isn't a zero-sum game. Exactly. You know, maybe a little bit dodgy of a subject, but you know, whatever. We'll dive into it. I always feel a little bad. It's hard for me to make me feel bad for like super rich and celebrities and all those, right? Because many times they're extremely out of touch and just have like awful mindsets and things with stuff. But whenever they are suffering and going through difficult times, the one thing that makes me feel, oh no, oh, conviction aura lightning. Whoops. Thank God I don't really proc them that much with the poison. The one thing that really makes me feel bad for them is when they're having a tough time and they'll be like, you know, depressed or whatever. And nobody feels any sympathy because they're like, oh, boo-hoo, you're rich. You don't know problems. And I'm like, look, man. Like, yes, they have it nicer than all of us. But like, everybody is still allowed to feel pain. Everybody is still allowed to have problems. Everybody is still allowed to like suffer and not feel good. But they're like, go cry in your Lamborghini stuff. I'm like, it feels like it doesn't help. You know? Like, yes, obviously, again, they have it nicer, but I'm like, look, I don't even like celebrities. I hate celebrity culture. I hate all this stuff, which is funny because I'm a streamer and I kind of, I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but you know, through content creation and a similar vein is how I make my living, but I guess I just really dislike when people dismiss others' problems. And then, of course, try and make it seem like, well, you have money, so you can't have problems. And it's like, look, those people are going to have money. You can be a billionaire and obviously create problems for many others and do awful things. And you can dislike them for all of that. Any of that, I'm all here for. Ooh, Blood Fist. Those are very nice. But where you lose me is all of a sudden when it's like, well, you have a Lamborghini, so now go cry into that. You can't be sad.
Hello.
That was weird that that wouldn't sell.
Kings are royalty. A sort of celebrity, Mr. Llama IK.
Oh, it's kind of light. Sort of. Yeah, take sort of. Albert with the 9.1.
To your Lamborghini.
Thank you very much for the down payment for my Lambo. And when I'm sad, I'll just cry into my Lamborghini and wipe my tears with my $100 bills. Then I will go deposit those $100 bills back into my bank account because, I mean, sorry, they're a little wet, bank. Does Taylor Swift fit into this billionaires are bad rhetoric? I mean, look, normally I would have said no, but her last album
Diablo
was a
2.
tragedy.
When you don't have the thing, all you want is the thing, in my case a Stormlash. Once you have the thing, you don't care that much and get bored of it, and then you want the next thing, a Chamroom.
That's what you want? A Chamron? Guess you want that CBF, huh? Will I ever change my main game? Why'd you withdraw $3,000, Emroy? What were you buying? Also, you had $3,000 at 16? Dang, son. Why don't you go cry into it, Emroy?
Why are you yelling at Emroy?
At 16, he had $3,000 that he withdrew to hold.
Rich, hey.
I know, right? Richie Rich over there.
Can I borrow some money?
Right? Spread some around here.
Is that the end of the story? He had $3,000.
He lent it to his brother. You had $3,000 to lend?
You lent all of it?
Wow. Bro, at 16 I had like $17 probably.
I mean, I can relate. I just constantly lent all my money to my sister too, and she never paid it back.
Are we gonna go collect any point now?
No, because she has paid it back in other ways in life.
Oh, that's weak. I dislike that. Let's go, hey, sissy, where you at? Chop,
No,
chop.
I dislike you're wearing my shirt again.
Ooh, well, nobody knows whose shirt
It's my shirt.
it was. Could have been anybody's.
Oh, are you doing a speedrun?
What? Yeah.
Oh, so you can't really eat that.
Nah, that's a tough one. It smells good, though.
Want to try it?
Yeah, you can put a little in my mouth. Don't laugh at that. Oh, it's spicy. Woo!
Are you kidding? I put the least amount of spice in it.
Woo!
Okay, well, it'll be ready for you later.
Oh my god, you put ghost pepper in there? Whew. Jeez. Bro, my spice tolerance is fine. Thank you very much. She just ghost peppered it up or something. I will admit, it was a little embarrassing. We went to a burger place and they had onion rings, but not your typical onion rings. They had onion rings with like a little difference to them in that they used like black pepper. These were the hottest onion rings ever. They were so spicy. And I was like, waitress, what did you guys put in here? And she was like, it's just black pepper. There's nothing else. So, needless to say, she did not give me her number. Because, I mean, I was with Moo Girl and 2 kids, and I'm not looking for a number anyways. But, if I was single, she wouldn't have anyways. She gave me a look like there's nothing else. She was like, I can go check with the kitchen. I was like, it's fine. And then she still went and did it anyways, and she was like, yep, just black pepper. It's like, I told you not to look. Don't ask. Now the kitchen thinks I'm weak. I'm a big boy. I love bell peppers. Red, yellow, orange, green. I eat all sorts of bell peppers. So don't you come in here telling me I can't handle pepper. And she gave me a dip. I was like, ooh, what's this spice? She said, sir, this is mayonnaise. I said, well, don't say it like that. Waitresses, am I right? It's got a meth at least. Spectre shot. Thank you very much. This is normal, yeah. It will be going to hell, hopefully. Thank you for the T1 sub. Means a lot. Super Genius with the Prime sub. Reminding everybody they might have a Twitch Prime sub available for 22 months. Danke. I don't believe it was just black pepper still, by the way. There was something... Somebody accidentally dipped their hand in a ghost pepper before they touched the onion rings. Get it, Spectre. You know, one of my favorite things about playing a light character, light sorceress, light Javazon, lightning traps, is that you can farm the Countess in hell. That's like one of the biggest downsides when you're playing like a cold character or a fire character. Is unless you have a really strong mercenary, you just can't really farm it there. Now the waitress is a liar? Maybe. Now, yes, you will run into lightning packs in the tower, so those can be a little rough, but... Are we on players 1? It feels like we are. I don't know when I ever changed it down, though, but... I probably should be on players 1 right here, to be honest. I don't need to spend more time in the Arcane Sanctuary. Yeah, there's definitely not enough experience for players 8. Would you say rye bread is spicy? No, I'm not. I can handle my spice, okay? Look, when I go to my favorite Korean restaurant, they say, what level do you want? And I say, white. Which is a spice level that they have on their menu. And I believe that's because they use white pepper, which is extremely hot, I'm pretty sure. But I can handle it. No skellies, no skellies, no skellies. Beetles, nice. Okay, good. Good mob types. Right, when you heat steel up to high temperatures, it is white hot. Same thing here. Come on. It's nice to get one more level there. Do I have any thawing potions? We got one. Salsa verde? Ooh, sounds spicy. Whenever it is... the words are written in Mexican, you know it's gonna be spicy. Salsa verde. Muy caliente. Alright, let's see it. Ooh, beautiful. Amy, 29 life, 22 fire res. You mean Spanish? What'd you say? 3 all res on the others is a little weak, but... that's what I said. You must have said something different. Yububaka! Man, that name always gets me. Thank you so much. Let's see... nothing. For the raid, welcome over everybody. Alright, 30k there, plus 20, 56,000. Okay.
From the red buyer.
Another Ethrune, which I probably do want to pick up because Shale Eth is really nice. But okay, yep, we will. Duriel dropped Aussie for you. Nice. What level is ideal to fight Nightmare Ancients? I mean, you have to be 40 minimum. Depends your character, honestly. Like, many characters I fight around like 45, but that's me and that's not always recommended. So I would recommend being, you know, somewhere in your like early to mid 50s, probably. At least. If you're just playing through a little slower and stuff. The mustache? Donkey. Ooh, we don't have any stamina pots. Should have restocked on them. Superior javelins. Okay, I do want some javelins. Bum, 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 bum. America is not a country. I mean, United States of America shortened to America. But yes, the continent also of North America and then South America do exist, which have other countries within, and the United States of America does belong to North America, so it's a yes and no. Of course, shortened to America. America.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Yo llama, play some pro tonight. That game owns, even with the one-shots. I've been playing so much it's starting to annoy my wife.
Heh.
Also, do you know if you can respect the ascendancy points?
You might be able to respect the points, but I don't think you can respect the ascendancy itself. But maybe the points. Do I speak American? I've been known to dabble. Yes to points, but it's expensive. Okay. Quick TLDR about my thoughts. I need to, maybe we'll make a thoughts video at the end of today. Just to try and give an overall view. I want the rest of that stamina. I feel like playing through some D2 here is gonna help with the thoughts video, you know? Because this right here is going to kind of ground us again. It's going to give us that old school look back to the best RPG that exists.
Help me!
Recap for the late joiners, Llama is done playing Po2 forever, not just for today. He's old and his back hurts and he's poor,
That
so
part's
please
true.
give what you can.
Yeah,
Audio is for subscribers only.
that's not true.
Black pepper is too spicy.
That's not true. Just they
Members
put
only
something
in
else.
2025.
No. Mostly inaccurate. That is a mostly inaccurate description.
I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, yes please.
I can't carry anymore.
Do I like Diablo 4? Not particularly.
I can't carry anymore.
So many rings.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Just not my game, you know? Sure. I really need to go to town, but...
Llama, did you do the Ascendancy in any of the hardcore runs?
No. We did not make it to... we could have done the Ascendancy in the one of the runs, but I'm going to wait a while before I attempt it, I think. Alright. One javelin left on each of the slots. Close one. Okay, chip. Nice, Kilmar.
Good day.
10 FCR, 4 lifesteal. Okay. Get rid of all those. 1 to 2 cold damage added, we will keep.
Good day.
Speed. Actually, some really sick drops with those two.
Yay, I did mine, and after just figuring out how one of my skills actually worked, I picked this Crushing Blow Ascendancy skill that like completely changed my playstyle. Sort of annoyed TBH.
Sorry for your annoyance. Oh, we have one more set. Darn it. Alright, let's go find a tele staff. So we have 4 rolls right there. I don't know if they'll all be worth max, but probably about 50,000 on top of the gold we have. We're in a pretty good spot for money. This is fun. Keep it up. With the speedrunning. Oh my god, binary. Singer really the only option? No, if you go watch my guided playthroughs, I have a guided playthrough of a concentration, a whirlwind. Whirlwind was actually kind of fun. Singer, maybe one other. And I have my punch barb playthrough where I literally just fisted my way through, so 53,000. Alright, little pricey, but worth. Nice.
Also Llama, I'll give 5 gifted if her next warrior run is on controller. It's really very intuitive. Also, I think there's a war cry that does damage, so Pro 2 Sing Barb is a must.
Yeah, you can do Sing Barb. Probably gotta give it a try. Concentration's possible? Yeah, you just have to remember it's gonna be slower, right? So you can't run in. Like, if you look at how I'm running right now, I'm very clearly, like, diving forward into these mobs. As a concentration barb, that's gonna be a little harder. You're gonna be a lot more positional. It's gonna be a lot more slow play through.
I can't carry
But
anymore.
still very possible.
I am overburdened.
And you go there and there, you go there, you give me this, you go here. Okay. Without any spoilers, how's PoE 2 so far? Bosses, very fun. A little bit too much one-shot mechanics, but still a very fun experience. General running, decent. Visual clarity, poor. Ability to kind of like farm your character up is a little bit worse than I would hope, but still decent. Let's see, what else? Items fun. Crafting a little too gambly. No ability to do much to help the crafting, which, you know, I think was them trying. It's kind of tough because if you do bring back all of the ways to influence crafting, you are going to be causing other problems, right? Such as, okay, now we're just going to sit there and try and make the ultimate base over and over with our transmutes and stuff, and you're going to more save your currency. So right now, the good news is I am interacting with all of my currency. But it still feels a little bit off. It's very beautiful. The spells and everything, you know, everything fits into the world super well. Heavy booties. Man, I have like the tiniest amount of MF. Oh, now it's gone. That was my magic find right there. It did us well. But now, boot a loot a do. We've also had 0 experience shrines this run. A little disappointing. The currency interaction is fun, but a crafting bench or something random less. So, I was thinking about it, and it really feels like their idea is sockets are kind of taking over the crafting bench. If you want to get, you know, cold res on your armor, you socket it. You know, and you put a cold res rune in there instead. Which, you know, when I thought about it more like that, I think it made a little more sense. But it is very much really in a, you know, still a gambling mode otherwise. You buy socketed stuff from the shop just to break it down, yeah. Oh, I'm level 24 already? Wowzers. I'm almost 25. Didn't even realize it.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, let's check the ring. Not really anything on it that I want, but better than what I had. I'll go ahead and take the Magic Find. Magic Find seems to have been doing us really well here, so. I mean, I haven't played Diablo 4 recently, but, you know, it's not very high up for me. It's probably even at, like, for me personally, like, it's not my game, so that lowers it more, you know? So overall, the game's probably like a 6 and something. For me, it's like a 5. I don't really... Maybe a 4. I don't have any interest to really play it again. I think it's gotten even more Diablo 3-like, and I'm just... It doesn't excite me. PoE 2 is better. This is assuming, for me, again, Diablo 2 would be a 10. Now, if I objectively look at Diablo 2, it still needs things. It needs a loot filter. Not really, but, you know, a lot of people want it, and I can see how it could be beneficial for some. It needs rune stacking. It needs some more places to store some things. You know, like, it has some needs. The boss fights aren't the greatest. You know, so, like, I can objectively look at it and say, yeah, the game is not perfect, but it is perfect in what it provides, which is the greatest playthrough experience for me, you know? So, perfect, but not. That makes sense. Even with its flaws, the other things maybe would be technically like 11 out of 10s or something, you know? 12 out of 10s. No game has been able to match how it scales. No game has been able to match, you know, certain things of it. It's a flawed masterpiece. You think PoE 2 has been overdeveloped? I think it's... I mean... Maybe in a couple places. I mean, I still overall feel like it's... Not so much it feels overdeveloped. I'm actually going to continue Players 8 for Trav. I want to see if I can do it. Ugh. Can we out-poison the healing? Yeah. Seems good. I'll grab the wand.
I can't carry anymore.
Could have also picked up the war staff, I guess, but...
Join my army of the dead.
Tried to
Was
dodge
that
roll
game
0
last
times.
epoch any good? Po2 is my first non-D2 op and it's great, so I might try a few others.
So, what everybody says about Po2, this isn't my... Oh god, get away from that. I didn't create this. They say, last epoch had everything in it except for fun. And I don't think that is fully accurate, but I do think that does describe some of it. It's missing a little bit of... Like, it's got some really great things. The crafting is really great. The loot filter is next level. But it's missing, like, monster and area uniqueness. I don't feel any reason to care about what I'm fighting there, you know? I think that kind of can be a little rough for it.
There's something not. Hail to you,
enchant. So I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. You know, I played it. It's like, I enjoyed it. But nothing drew me back to it, I guess. It was missing whatever piece that would draw me back to playing it again. I was like, yeah, it's got some cool things. The crafting's great. The loot filter's great. I liked the idea of mana being able to roll over. Like, it advanced the genre. Which I thought was great. You know? But there was something just a little hollow. I think a lot of it did come down to monster design, level design. I felt like, you know, I was again just in like maps that just follow the one path in the map all the way through, and the monsters all just felt the same. And that, to me, with a lot of ARPGs, seems to happen, and seems to be a big, like, downside. And PoE 2 has done a little bit better job with that. You know, I do feel like the areas have a little more personality. The monsters have a little more variety. So weird to not give iframes on the dodge roll. Are there no iframes? Is that what was determined? Like, people were trying to figure out if there was some just at the start or if there were none. That's how we do it, Kyle. It definitely doesn't feel like there's enough, if there are any. True, it does feel like there has to be some for that then. Like, I think there's a couple. Alright. No forge for us. Come on. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Why don't I play online? Because speedrunning is done offline. If you do it online, then one, you have to deal with servers. Two, maybe I should have imbued the javelins. You know, people coming in, you can give gear, you shared stashes of it. We need to repair. 4% cold res. It ain't much, but it's honest work. People arrive. Taking a little break on it. Hardcore speedruns of any interest at all? This is a hardcore speedrun. Favorite hero in speedruns? I always like the assassin. I thought that was a fun one. What up, Kenneth? Two sockets. Aren't ARPG speedruns very gear dependent? Yes, but that's one thing Diablo 2 actually does pretty nicely, is it takes away a lot of the gear dependency within the speedrun. Like, there's still plenty of gear needed, but it has such a beautiful balance of gear and non-gear.
The siege must be stopped.
You know, that's new. Whatever you want to say, man. I don't really care. You seem to be really high on this horse here. Yeah, it's like some RNG in speedruns can be really fun. Diablo 2 at times can have a little too much of some pieces, but other times can be great. Go repair really fast. Yeah, the game will be very different in some time, but Go to players 1 just because killing the gates can take some time on players 8's. Poison immune prison doors. This is a player's X speedrun. Come on.
Follow me.
Yes, player's X means you can change the player count up and down whenever you would like. So if you wish to increase it to make it more difficult and get more experience and drops, you can. If you wish to decrease it to lower the difficulty in some areas, you can. So generally what happens with players X is you spend a lot of time on players 8 for all the leveling, just because leveling can be a little rough. And then you drop to players 1 for bosses, and then in some of Hell, you'll, you know, maybe like Hell Chaos Sanctuary and things, you're going to be players 1, because doing that on P8, good luck. So I think I'll try PoE again on launch. I mean, I think I'll play PoE again more before launch even, like... I had a nice time with it. Yes, this is a mouse keyboard. Ortrun. Nice. Find a random soul rune and we're good to go there. Oh my god, go over and get your Ortrun.
I am overburdened.
Little spicy there. We'll just leave it TP and come back to that. Yeah, I'm really, as I'm playing, I'm really trying to focus on like what it is about D2. You know? Because there is just that different
Don't forget to give
feeling.
Llama early Christmas present by gifting him a Prime sub or something.
Thanks, Nolby. Merry Christmas. Back to El Diablo. How many times do you feel like you had to respec or change build in PoE 2? I mean, it felt almost anti-respec and change build. I don't know. I felt like the build was just like, you start and you get the build and you just do that build, and from level 1 you know what you're doing. But it varied. Yeah, I mean, the hitboxes in PoE 2 are clearly a mess right now. Okay, Ancients are there. I need to get the waypoint because I need to repair my javelins. Why is it so far? Waypoint's too far away. Look at this. Simpler is better in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Impossible.
And I think one of the things D2 does well is be simple.
At your service.
That was unfortunately really far to that waypoint, so I don't love that. It's a little bit of time lost, just kind of sucks.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, I should have put strength. Oops. What up?
I can't carry anymore.
Dun, 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 dun. Easy enough. 6 fire res. Lovely.
Afternoon.
That was spooky. A little bit spooky. You know, one of the things that I feel like I'm thinking about here compared to PoE 2, again, when I'm trying to do a comparison for what I think there could be or an issue or, you know, any of the pieces. I feel like in Diablo 2,
I can't carry anymore.
like in that instance, it's like my ability to mass murder everything is lower, but their ability to mass murder me is also lower. Now, not always. There are times where, you know, again, you get an extra strong, extra fast curse pack or something, you know, like, you will have your times, but they're very well telegraphed. I know if Talik spins through me while I'm cursed in hell, I'm going to die, and that is just going to happen, but it's not, like, coming at me super unfairly. But what I'm, like, really feeling like is right there, for instance. Those mobs were surrounding me, and they could have potentially killed me. But that just happens in, like, many situations. And the reason it doesn't feel as bad is because it gives you the ability to, like, make the decision. Am I going to just save quit here, or am I going to move forward and try, right? Like, because it doesn't always one-shot you, you don't feel like it's always super unfair and always one-shotting. You feel like you're making the decision of either fighting it or not, you know? And so you many times can stand in there and choose to take the fight. And it's more of, yeah, like, not a memory problem, but... but just less insta-death with it all. You kind of watch yourself slowly die, and then you're just banking on, will I be able to get out or not? Corley's got some poison res on him. So it's like, the stuff in D2 is slower. My life regens slower. My mana regens slower when I drink potions. The damage that mobs do to kill me is a little slower. But that doesn't somehow make it less difficult. Because again, it just creates more scenarios where you're really having to make a decision of, can I stick through and fight through this battle and die or survive? Do I want to point in Valkyrie? It's 7 points to get 1. Obviously we could go 3 to decoy. Dodge, avoid, evade are decent. I do kind of like those. Thunder Gods. Yeah, Lightning Jab is best for later on. We'll get back into it. Thanks, Bob Dole. Real Bob Dole? Maybe. El Miojo, thank you very much for the Prime as well. Prime Train. I think Grim Dawn was really fun. I need to play more of it, because I played more Titan Quest. I enjoyed that. I did not play as much Grim Dawn as I should. Deserves more of a playthrough. Ah, why do I keep forgetting strength? Thinking you actually found a viable poison jab build? I mean, this is a viable poison jab build. You can play Plague Jab now through to the end game pretty well, actually. No, he's immune to poison. Let me see how my lightning bolt does against him. It's not horrible.
Evening.
Just get a Merce to go and smack around.
Evening.
Thank you, mercenary. We all appreciate what you have done. The sacrifices you have made. I wonder if I can players 8 this wave. A little slow, but yes. Now, does Wave 5 have really high poison res or no poison res? Cannot remember. I think it's high. Yeah. Okay. We'll just drag him. Yeah, they've got really high. Strength, strength, strength. %in all difficulties, yeah. Pretty high. Boo. Act 5 felt a little slow. We are 31 though. Long time no see. What up, Mike? It's been a minute. How you doing? Anti-Pixel with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. I'm running low on javelins. Gosh darn it. Just short.
At your service.
Jagged Star. Is there anything else I need to grab? I guess we can go grab over there. I need a shield. Darn it. Am I good on splits? We'll see later, I guess, huh?
Good day. Hello.
I don't know if you get enough credit, Llama. It's pretty impressive you triple your sub count since coming back from the baby leave. I mean, that's on you guys, not on me. Shout out to all of you.
Good day.
No, I mean, a big piece of that is the Path of Exile has the thingy going on, right? Gift 2 subs, get a Chimera, so that's helped. But you know, we did work it up some. Hi, RNG. We've been able to stream almost every day, which has been nice. And we've been able to get a YouTube video out almost every single day. So those are the things, those were like my 2 goals, right? Stream at least 5 to 6 days a week and get a daily YouTube video. Or again, at least 5 to 6 days a week, get a YouTube video up. So I've been very happy that we've been able to, you know, achieve that. Got to put some work in. But shout out to all of you, because again, like, I can do all those little things, but it means nothing if y'all aren't the ones watching, y'all aren't the ones donating and subbing and checking for those Twitch Primes every day. Wait, Burial Grounds. Wait, where am I? Oh. It's been good content. Thank you. I mean, I've been trying to really put, you know, focus on making it good enough content. Not everything's gonna be a banger, but we're trying. PoE early access better than D4 release. I mean, yeah, that's D4 released way too early. And then was not in a great state to handle. Like, I still can't believe it took them, like, months to get resistances in the game. It's like a base feature. Where am I getting all that strength from? Oh, I have Sanders, that's right. Are the devs still making changes to the game here? Not really. It feels like we've been left for... This is a very poor choice. Feels like it's been left alone. Just kind of maintenance and stuff. They gave us 2 patch notes and they removed 50% of them because they didn't work, so we're back down to the 1 patch note. Which is still a nice change. They fixed the conviction issue, but Mosaic is still a thing, yes. If there's anything I wish they did remove.
I am overburdened.
Okay, I'm not falling for that trap again. Don't fight zombies. What are you doing, Llama? You know it, and you still did it anyways. It's the worst part. Don't fight zombies, don't fight archers. Though the archers are actually going down a little faster, so... More okay with it.
I can't carry anymore.
65 dex. Nothing really on it I want. Otherwise, if it had like attack speed or something, I would have grabbed it and used it. Just keep playing it. Oh, thanks, Demi. Biggest issue is quantity is just bad with jabs. But I don't want to go to 65 dexterity. It's a lot of dex. I could go shop some IAS javelins. Might be better to do it once I actually convert over to lightning though. WSD is removed. It was very broken. I think it probably worked for them on like test servers or something, but once they pushed it, it did not work at all. It had a lot of issues. Or the intern didn't test it at all. One of the two happened. 10 IS, but we have Blood Fist. You think they tested? Bro, I'm just trying to give them some benefit of the doubt here. Come on, like... They couldn't just push something fully untested into prod. That's like what I used to do at my company. Good enough? I did not work at Blizzard, no.
So, this is the
QAs in the room are upset with me. Yeah. Well, I'm upset with them for slowing me down. What are the requirements for a set of maiden javelins? And or the other? What are all those javelins? Is it 5147 strength dex? Does that sound right? Maiden might be higher than we need. $33.47. I knew 47 was on there. Dex.
The sisters will be glad to have this back.
Yeah, maybe finding a set of maiden jabs and imbuing that later on will be nice. Oh wow, that actually touched. I was trying to see if it did. I didn't really get that sense.
What nightmarish tortures took place here?
Well, you can still make it. Who's stopping you from making that? I don't think that was me. It must have been somebody else.
I can't.
Cursed extra fast. Have I ever done a Grail run? Uh-huh. Let's go repair. And I'm gonna save the imbue for maidens. I guess I'll also stack up a little bit more red or dex.
This place is.
I'm not getting rid of Sanders' boots unless I find like Natty's boots or something, so the 5 strength and 10 dex from those are pretty secure. If not, then we'll add more stats in that small period. Yeah, Sanders' boots are very nice. Very good find. Dang, I'm already 37. That means I missed the lower res wand window. Probably should have shopped it a little earlier. We'll go try an Act 2 here, but that was a mistake. Good evening. No, the 250% MF event only counts for online.
Good day.
We'll take Eyes and Hearts out, actually. Sell that. Ay, 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 come on.
Good day.
Yeah, speedrunning online during events is not accepted, because obviously that'd be broken. Just wait until then and ultra cheese it. That'd be the only time anybody would ever set records online.
Allow me to advise you.
Attract! Ay, ay, ay. Come on, low resist.
Hello.
So mad I waited too long. 99,000. Okay. Low resist. The Haze with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much.
I can't carry anymore.
Circlet. See it.
I am overburdened.
Oh my god, grab the staff. Big money! Hey! 30 fast run walk, 27 light res. Let's go! I was only hoping for 20 faster run walk. I didn't hope hard enough. It exceeded my hopes.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, we're gonna socket that puppy. We will socket that guy for sure. Dude, I mean, the gear on this run has been literally insane. This is the best gear I have found in a while. Like, I need to not mess this up. If I die, I'm gonna be very sad, because definitely one of the better gear runs. This is like what Kano gets every run, you know? That's how
Working
good
on
it
that
is.
golf game at all lately?
Oh, not lately, Solariyama. I stopped in the middle of a swing change, which probably isn't the best place to stop, but you know, that's when the baby decided to come, so that's what we ended up with. But where I got was really great. My takeaway looks like Tiger Woods. My downswing, however, looks like Tiger Woods after the car crash. Like right after, as if he got out of the car and then tried to swing a club. So. Still probably, that would be better than mine. More like a tiger trying to swing a wood. That's probably a more accurate description of it. It's not great. My sports references are as old as D2. Well, I don't know. What's the feeling now on it? What is I don't know. What do you kids say these days? As if the Ohio rizzed the skibbity toilet. That's what my swing looks like on the downswing.
It's locked.
How do you do, fellow children? You don't get it because you guys are old boomers, but ask your kids, they'd say that was flawless. My downswing is Sigma. Sure. Sounds like a thing.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
Can't wait for the TikTok ban. Please. I mean, look, I think my brain was also rotted as a child, but it feels like there's more brain rot now, right? We're probably just saying it because we're boomers.
Let there be light.
But man, it feels bad. Every generation has said that. But it feels extra. I know, look, I know it's not unique to say that and every generation has said it. But it feels even extra somehow. Ooh, 46 to life. This time it's true. Every generation has its morons and geniuses. I don't want to know which one of those I fall on. Chat can tell you. No thanks. When am I gonna respec? We could respec now, or I'm trying to decide if I want to respec before Duriel. I have a probably right after Duriel. Poison actually does decent on him. Take it into Act 3. Yeah, I remember when you guys worked really hard to save the Dala emote that nobody uses. God forbid we take it away. Everybody loses their mind. Soon as it's there, nobody touches it. It's like me. Never mind.
Am I the first to find this arcane fortress?
You know, I'm not here to judge other parents because parenting is hard and exhausting and very difficult.
First to find this arcane fortress.
But I do not love when we go to restaurants and the kids are just mind rotting away on their iPads the entire dinner. And again, I get it. It's super tiring. And sometimes you're like, I just need a the tiniest of breaks. And maybe that's where they're getting their break. But it does make me sad to see it sometimes. You were on your iPad watching me at breakfast with your dad this morning? Well, that's different, because that's not mind rot, you know. Clearly that's watching very high-level stuff. And the thing is, they may not even be mind-rotting away, right? Like, they could be watching educational things. They could be watching, you know, whatever. But I do feel like lacking the interaction makes me sad. I think that's the bigger thing. It's like, yeah, you know, whatever. Like, having time on the screens, having your iPad, having all that. But I'm like, when everybody's gathered around the table eating, it feels like we should try and there's one. Because the interaction of kids these days is already horrible. Huge thing you guys found is just don't start with the iPad ever. That's where we're at. We just don't do it. Again, I'm not trying to be like, we are superior for how we handle it or anything. Like, handle how you need. Maybe, I don't know your situation. Maybe it's like both you and your wife or your husband or whoever are working extremely hard and that's your downtime and you need a little break and that's when you get a little break. So, trying to not judge too much, but I do have a little sadness every now and then for it. Because I'm like, I just wish... Ooh, those are gorgeous. 30 IS, yes please. Your mom's the worst iPad kid? Bro, the older generation is true. Very true, man. Honestly, I agree with that. My mom and dad, especially my dad, at the dinner table. It's like, wow, I didn't think I'd have to, but put it away. I don't mind it as long as the parents are engaging with each other. I think it's just good to have engagement happening. Yeah, when everybody's on their screen, like all the kids and the parents, it's like really rough, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, we gotta model and show some engagement here for the kiddos. You can't really entertain kids sitting at a table between 1 and 2. I mean, my daughter is 1.5. And it's less entertainment and more, it's very hard. Which is, again, one of the big reasons that I'm like, look, I get it. Like, we have a newborn and we have the toddler, and trying to... Yes, it is difficult to try and eat. So there's a lot of balancing. I'm going to eat, and then Moo Girl's going to eat, and... Yeah, there's a lot of balance back and forth with all of that. Yours is 1.5 and 4. You just don't go to restaurants right now. Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is you have to know if you're going to go to a restaurant, it's not going to be a normal experience. Unless you do that, which is maybe that's why. They're like, we want to go to a restaurant, we need to go to a restaurant, but we are too tired for, you know, handling how it is, so that's how we do it right now. Again, not trying to cast too much judgment on it because I know the difficulty of it. Oh wait, I'm just gonna respec. I mean, this is also doing okay, but respec probably is good here. Nice to see you, Nick. 22 Nights is not a single player, no. Those are, yeah, 30 fast run luck. Okay, 5 maybe kicks. No, that's there. Don't think we have a skip really. Never seen a kid that actually likes going to a restaurant at that age. I'd say our daughter enjoys. But again, it's not a normal experience. Moo Girl and I are trading off who gets to eat, while the other one is generally walking around with the baby, showing her things. If she's eating, she eats a little, and then she's, you know, needing something else, and you're playing a very big parental management role and not just having a nice dinner together. You know, like... Flare jungle, please. Don't dead out on me. Okay, good. Flare jungle. That was a good reaction time, though. That bodes well for us. I know that connects up through the top, but I actually want to go out this way. Yeah, I thought there might be a connection right here. Yeah, play some D2R. Ooh, 10 light res.
This dagger will separate the faithful from the fallen.
That's really nice. We'll sack you, trash you, you go here. Okay, I don't have waypoint yet, so this will actually be fine. Hello, mobs. Jesus. I should have just teleported over. Foolish llama. Why not PoE 2? Having fun here. We play plenty of PoE 2. play a little old school D2R. I thought it was going to be gambling event today. I actually probably would have done PoE 2, but I thought we were going to get the infinite gamble day. I was excited for that. And we didn't get it. Don't love that.
I am overburdened. I cannot carry anymore.
Yes. I mean, it's another circlet. I don't think we can really get much better than we have. Yeah, that was a very, very scary room.
I can't carry anymore.
Grab a decoy.
I need mana. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Okay.
Hello.
36 fire res is pretty nice. If we need it later, we can get that. Okay. Let's do that. Rest goes here. Put that away. You go there, you're there, you're there. Should repair actually really fast.
Greetings.
Okay.
It's locked.
Temple, 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 temple.
I can't carry anymore.
No temples. Uh-huh. Come on, maps, thank you.
I need mana.
Let's go. Can you complete the game without any skills at all? I mean, I did a punch barbarian. The only skill I used was bash for punching, but I was open-fisted. Maybe I used I don't even actually remember if I used battle orders and stuff. Maybe it was just nothing else besides that. But yeah, I just punched my way through the game. It was a wee bit slow, but it was a fun challenge. Maybe I just imbue the Demonite Sash. I'd still like to get some Maiden Javelins, though, imbued. Ay. I guess the extra potion isn't as important here. I'm feeling alright. I mean, 22 Nights of Terror just happened, so maybe that's why it says it's out of date there. There was a patch like a little bit ago. Nice. Great map.
My brothers have escaped you.
Really use half restoration somewhere. Quick heal.
Hello.
Normal cows get a sword for spirit? Yes. Normal cows get a sword. Longsword, broadsword, crystal sword, take it. And it will become 4 sockets. You socket quest it.
Success. But still, there's something not right.
What up, goat? How you doing? You go there, you're there.
What do you need?
Just keep on vitality. Advice with launcher work, managed to get it. Good. Okay. 32 fire res. It's okay. Could be better, but once you learn to avoid mobs in hell, it makes it more manageable. Yeah, you definitely have to accept you won't be killing every single thing. I'll grab that. Let's find Mr. Isual. Is this a PoE 2 Ranger run? Yarp. There's no javelins or spears in PoE 2, I don't believe. Not yet. Okay, failed teleport. Trying to get me killed. Aren't even swords yet? Yeah. Which is pretty funny that sword wasn't, like, one of the base weapons, you know? Come on. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Oopsies. Didn't mean to resurrect him. Normal car will not give you your telestaff, no. Best place to look is Nightmare Act 2, but you can look in Normal Act 3 is the earliest. Looks like you have done the Amazon run before. I've dabbled. I've dabbled in all the characters a little bit. Oh my god, come on. Oh. So many failed teleports, it's so disgusting. I guess we go over here to see if we're lightning enchanted. Use this. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. 6 to life.
I need mana. I need mana.
Okay.
can't carry anymore.
Not even death can save you.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, it didn't go off. It's annoying. Another Thal rune. There is good enough gold there. I think we'll just do a quick sell on all of that. Grab you, sell you. We have not had MVS in a little bit since the new baby, so that'll be once new baby is a little bit older, Moo Girl's feeling a little better, then we'll do that. I actually want a couple of more rejuves here. On our way to hell.
The siege must be stopped.
Yeah, in Nightmare in Hell, his lightning actually goes over your head if you stand really close to him in Nightmare. And in Hell, if you're just basically in any melee range. The reason is, in normal, it will hit you, though. And you might say, why does that happen? Well, what they did is they increased the range of the lightning in normal. What? Jesus. I mean, I know it's dangerous, but then it wasn't dangerous. But then it was. Ah, that sucks. That run was like so good. Just don't do it, Llama. Don't stop and fight the quill rats and the archers. Just don't. Everything died too. It felt like a thorns hit.
Less than 3.
Thanks, I wanna. Ah, that sucks. Our gear was amazing. Yeah. I mean, it was a great run. Who has that clip? I want to see what were the mods. It felt like, okay, I took the first round of hits and it wasn't terrible. And I killed half the guys, and so I thought the second round of hits would not be as hard. But the second round of hits, did I get cursed? In normal, it will hit you, though. You might say, why does that happen? Well, what they did is they increased the range of the lightning. In normal. Oh my god, I did get cursed. Of the lightning. Why does that happen? Well, okay, hold on. What they did is they increased the range of the lightning. Okay, so I popped through that and I was fine. Oh, the curse did it. Of the lightning. Curse. Oh, it's because it was holy fire. So the holy fire hit through the curse. Jeez. Of the lightning. And again, it just was like, look how much stuff hits me at first. Of the lightning. Bang! I get hit by a bunch. I lose 300 life. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Now half that stuff is dead, but the curse comes. Sheesh. I did not. That's what it was. I did not realize I got cursed. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Do I not fight that? Do I fight it? I mean, I probably shouldn't fight it because it's dangerous, but coming in here. I'm on players 8. Why am I on players 8 right there with archers? That seems like a bad idea. Like, I should not have taken this first set of hits. Because that could have killed me. Honestly, I would have expected that to kill me more often. Right here. That right there, I should have been dead. Once I didn't die there, I knew I was fine. But the curse killed me. Ugh, that's ugly. That's ugly. Oh, it was the God run, too. It was such a good run. I don't know. We can... I want to... Yeah, I want to have a thoughts video. So let's do a quick thoughts. Let's think through the pieces of the things that are the stuff that exist. So you have skills. We have a tree. We have itemization. With under that we have crafting. What would the nodes be like? What would you call a node that's like flat life, flat resistance on a tree? You'd call that like a... I don't want to say like definitive node. Base node. Flat. I guess flat is the right word. All right, so parts of a game. You've got items and crafting. You've got your tree. You've got your skills and gems. You've got your just like difficulty. Generic attributes or something. Graphics / music / atmosphere. Visual clarity. Endgame mapping. And respecking. All right, now let's order it really fast. I think we're good. Oh, skill progression. Sorry about the bonk. I did make a review for D2R and I could use the same spreadsheet, but it's a little different. It's a little different. Where is that sheet though? Um, 250. It doesn't apply to offline, Alexander. Uh-huh. Trying to find the best way to talk about difficulty. What happened to the run? I botched it. Amp damage. I did not see the amp damage, and the Holy Fire applied it, and that was the end of me. That was the end of me. Oh, don't have, oopsies, don't have that on. Thank you very much, Alexander, with the 5 gifted. Mwah. Appreciate that. Um, okay. I think we've got everything we need. What's up YouTube, Mr. Lime SC here, and today I want to give my review thoughts of Path of Exile 2. This comes after about 55 to 60 hours played, I believe, of the game. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed my experience. I've played the Ranger and the Warrior in this, and then I played a little bit of Monk in the alpha before, so I have some experience with the Monk there. The overall pieces, I'm going to try and break it up into just different sections here and just kind of describe each piece. So, starting off, graphics, music, atmosphere. Again, I think these are perfect. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I think the music is fantastic in the game. I think the atmosphere, the themes of the different areas are amazing. And I think graphically, just overall, it is very nice. The skills fit very well with the areas, which I think is an important thing that I don't feel every game always gets right. Sometimes the skills feel a little too cartoony, or they feel a little out of place, and they don't quite feel like they're in that same world, like graphically designed the same. Here, it does feel like they fit much better. So the color scheme and stuff, just very nice. Talking about graphics, I do think the visual clarity is kind of bad in the game because you do have these great graphics, but then you'll have stuff layering on top multiple times, and that can be a pain point for it. So I do think visual clarity needs to be improved. Honestly, I think a lot of stuff that exists on the ground graphically should kind of go. I think it just gets in the way. It floods the screen. Obviously, you'll have stuff like your firewalls and things that will exist there. But there's a lot of stuff that does just exist all over the ground. And when you start getting too much stack of stuff, I think it can cause just a lot of poor visual quality. And that's how we ended up with what we saw in Path of Exile was once there was more and more and more, then it was just like you couldn't see anything, right? Moving on, skills I think were decent for some. So with like the Ranger, I felt the skill progression was very poor. I played a Lightning Ranger and then even looked at the Poison Ranger, and it felt like basically you just used the skills you got at level 1, right? Like you don't really pick up many skills down beyond that, and it wasn't until like level 50 or something that I actually added a second or a third skill. I just used Lightning Arrow and Lightning Rod, and nothing else really added enough or anything to transition my build. So I felt like that was a little poor in that, you know, it's nice when you're kind of playing and it feels like as you're building your character and you, oh, I hit that level 3 skill gem. Now I've hit a level 7 skill gem. I can get this next skill, and you want it to kind of do more and really add more power. But it didn't feel like for the Ranger that was happening. For the Warrior, I did feel like it happened a little bit more, where I was a little more excited to kind of hit that next node. Oh, now I unlock Leap Slam. Now I unlock this, you know, where I was adding more skills in to the actual character that I was using. So I don't think it's for every single class, but at least for the Ranger, I did feel like there wasn't much build progression with the skills. And then Additionally, with gems, I felt like there was a lack of just support gems overall. I think the number of support gems, especially if you're not going to allow us to duplicate them, needs to be doubled at least. That was the biggest issue, really, I felt with Ranger, was I was sitting there looking and I had opened slots on many of my skills and I had support gems and I just couldn't find a gem that I cared to put into the slots. I went from 2-socketing my lightning arrow to 3-socketing, and it was tough for me to figure out what gem I actually cared about because the gems I would want in there were like locked behind the level 2 and level 3 support gems, and so there wasn't enough. So I felt like that could be improved, and there just needs to be more variety within those gems there. Now, something that Crip brought up that I thought was a really good point was having gems no longer level really didn't feel very good, and is something that I think should be reverted back to how it works in Path of Exile 1, because right now the skill gems are purely just skill gems, and you just find a level 4 skill gem, and then you just have a level 4 until you find a level 5 skill gem, and you push that over on top of it. And it just, because there's a lot of power in your skill gems, it made it where you couldn't farm up the experience on your skill gems in a previous area. Again, like Crip was saying, that was something you could do in Path of Exile 1. If you wanted to make the next area easier, you could spend some time farming and you would actually level your skill gems. Whereas right now, if you spend some time farming and you gain a couple levels, there's not really a lot of power to be gained. So I completely agree with him. It wasn't even something I thought about, but as soon as he said it, I was like, that's a really good idea. I think skills should get experience back again, and we should level the skills, but I don't love that they were on armors and weapons and things before. I'm happy that they took it off of that and they put it over into its own tree. I think that makes a lot more sense. It'll be a lot easier for players, but I do think we should allow for leveling of the gems with experience again. And I think this will also solve the problem of when people are in the end game and they are just farming tons and tons of level 20 skill gems, they're just going to have tons of extras. And so then they'll just be basically trading them away for not very much. And so players down below will be able to kind of skip a lot of content because you can just buy a level 20 skill gem very easily because the people that are farming them are just going to see tons of them. So I think that'll help with the trade issue that will occur as well. Moving forward, the passive tree, I think, is a little disappointing. I think there are plenty of interesting nodes, but it's missing all of the flat base nodes, right? There's no flat life. There's barely any flat res. There's like 2 places you can actually get life, like 3% max life increase in a couple places. And they're just missing some of those pieces that I think are actually pretty important. So I was playing Diablo 2 today, big shocker, and I was thinking about the differences between Diablo 2 and Path of Exile and what could make it feel better. And something that I thought really stood out to me was being able to create a character in Diablo 2 that's just like a tank, right? Like if I wanted to, I could just sit there and build a character up to just be this tank. I can put everything in my tree into tanking. I can max my res. I can max my life and defenses and all of this. I can go farm a bunch of charms, which will add more of those pieces to the flat stuff. And it's just like you can really add a lot of places where you can tank up or be glass cannon or be whatever combination mix and match of it. And in Path of Exile 2 right now, you don't really get that option in your tree. There's not a lot for tank. It's like, okay, I can go into like making my fire damage more, or, there's stuff for like increasing my evasion nodes or increasing some armor in these pieces. But the problem is still, no matter how much you do in there, you'll still get one shot by many bosses. And so it doesn't feel like it matters in a way. And I thought that was kind of a sad realization, and something that I thought I wished was improved was I wish that I could build a character to just be this big tanky boy that could tank any hit. And yes, things would still hurt and things would still be hard. And I'd be a lot slower probably through that. But I could like really slow play through the game and feel like I could be safer and do it, just play in a different way. But right now, with what's in the tree being a little bland and not as exciting, kind of navigate around and not being able to feel like there's enough value from grabbing tank nodes, it feels like I don't really get to have as much agency there, because no matter what I do, no matter what happens there, I still have to go out and always just dodge perfectly and everything, or I'm just going to die. Speaking of that, that gets a little bit to like end game and mapping. I'm not going to talk a crazy amount on that because there are people I think who have much more experience in the end game and mapping than I do. So I'll kind of leave more of the feedback there. But the big thing I will note is that death in the end game is extremely punishing. Getting one death, losing any of the gear there, losing the experience, losing the map. It can be super punishing, and you will just lose your progress and then have to farm all the way back up to get back to whatever map it was that you're at. I know that's just a general problem I've seen a lot of people have and something that I noticed. And I'm sure there's more issues, but I will leave kind of that piece to them. Going forward with itemization, I want to say YouTube, I was wrong about the patch, kind of. Itemization, I talked about the patch coming out and there being a lot of extra loot and a lot of extra stuff. And that was true in the later stages. When I started the game over and started playing through again, I actually felt like loot was in a perfect spot. So I think right now with this post-patch, loot in normal feels amazing. It feels like you're getting the right amount of rares, the right amount of currency, the right amount of just items. And I think that it is in a awesome place. I'm very happy with that. I do think the later stages have started to become, from that patch, a little bit of loot explosion. And I talked about before as well that salvaging, I think, is kind of a boring mechanic overall. And if you have too much loot, salvaging becomes just a tedious chore, right? When I'm doing a map, if I have to go back 2-3 times to salvage all the rares, all the socket, and all the superior items, there's too much loot dropping, and now it's kind of annoying me that, okay, I'm feeling like I need to just do this chore over and over and over again. So I don't love that. I would probably prefer if a map, by the end of a map, I had like one good inventory worth of stuff to take back and salvage, and then I'd be, kind of a happier camper, I would say overall. Obviously, you can not take stuff back and salvage it, but then it feels like you're not really like progressing in the way it's like a bad feeling. Maybe that's just me, but I prefer less loot, less currency, not as much less currency, but less loot overall. And I do think the amount of rares was also a little high in the mapping. I felt like there were a lot of rares dropping. So I like keeping those a little bit more rare, right? I like them being a little bit more of chase and where you're really working and trying to build up to them, and rares are kind of more interesting. But that's just my opinion on that. I know many people will disagree. Many want more loot. That's totally fine. Otherwise, I think the affixes are great. I think the crafting, this is something Crip said. He said, I'm using all of my currency right now. And I think that's a really good point. I am using every piece of currency that drops right now. Sometimes it feels a little bad that that feels a little bit like gambling with the crafting, because you can't do anything to change any of the mods, right? Like it's like you transmute it, you aug it, and that's just what you get, because they removed all the different currencies that you would use for changing some of that, really. So it feels a little bit like gambling there, but I don't hate it. I think it's not bad. Something people talked about, and I actually was thinking, was, a craft bench kind of feels like it's missing. It feels like that'd be really nice. But then I thought about it and I was like, actually, sockets, I guess, are kind of their craft bench. Like if I want to craft cold resist onto my armor, then I go and I socket it and I craft cold resist onto it that way. So I thought, sockets actually make sense kind of for that. And I like that. I like that there's the sockets in the game and we can use them for there. The only thing I think that we need is the ability to overwrite or remove what is in sockets. I think that is a very clear thing that should exist, delete it. That's fine. I don't think you should get it back. I think that's kind of lame. But let me destroy what is in the sockets of an item so I can put something else in. Because especially in this game where, oh, for this boss I need to have big cold res, for this boss I need to have big lightning res. If I want to take that time and change that out of my armor, like, let me do that through the sockets. Destroy the runes in it, put new runes. I think that should be 100% in the game. Difficulty of the game, I think, is fantastic. I really love the difficulty. At times, it does feel a little overtuned. I think the fact that you don't really get the feeling of being able to chill sometimes can be a little rough. But I think a lot of that also comes from the fact that there's the post-death explosions that are like, gotcha, you thought you could pick your loot up, but actually you died, you know? And there's so many of the bad visual clarity, and just like all white mobs, you know, can come up and like really quickly kill you, or you can get one shot by, you know, tons of bosses with really not always the best telegraphing for some of it. I think some of these places feel too much. Right? And you need to be able to feel a little bit more of, I can breathe here, I need to focus here. I think having a good balance of that is beneficial, because there should be scary mobs. You shouldn't just walk through everything, but there should also be mobs that aren't the monsters that you're always just scared of. And it feels like right now I'm scared of everything in Path of Exile 2 because I can just blow up and die and get one shot from, you know, some vile hag in the second area with a little thing on the ground if I don't like move too quickly out of it. And you're like, whoa, what? So there is some big damage from a lot of stuff. And again, I'd say just overall one shots I don't think are the most fun. We've talked about trials before. I'll mention them again. I don't love the trials. The Ultimatum and Sanctum. I know they improved some of the modifiers on Ultimatum. I think that helps a little bit. I think one of the things is the length of the trials is pretty rough. The fact that you can just be so many of the trials in and so far, and then if you die or you lose your honor or whatever it is, you get reset all the way back when you're trying to do your like third and fourth ascendancy especially, can be a little tedious. And then obviously like Sanctum, I don't think the honor system is extremely fun overall. It feels like it just takes away the whole point of all of everything else, because why'd you build anything? You're just going to get, run into a trap and it's going to blow up and deal 50% of your honor, and now you're just going to lose. And I don't know. It doesn't feel great. I don't love the honor in Sanctum there, but I really hope that they change it. If not, at least please make it so, especially the exploding traps, don't do 25-30% of your honor on a single pop. Just so nasty. But they really Sanctum's really bad for like a melee character, so that just super hurts. And then the last thing I really want to talk about is respecking within the game. I think there's a couple different potential solutions. One would be having diminishing returns for each node in terms of cost. So the first node, if I'm level 1 or level 2 and I want to respec one node, it costs, let's say, 100 gold. If I'm level 3 and I want to respec 2 nodes, it'll cost 120 gold and then 100 gold. And I think having it kind of like that could be nice. So then when you're level 80, it's like this will cost 6k gold, then 5,800 gold, then 5,650, then 54, whatever, right? Like every node down below will cost slightly less to respec. That way you're still getting as you level, it's getting more expensive, but you're also allowing it to kind of decrease a little bit in cost. But I think the bigger issue, of course, is it is early access right now, and obviously there's big changes that are breaking builds, and so it feels like either A, you got to make it cheaper for respecking right now, or B, you have to give a free respec to any build that was going into a build that then got, shifted from the patch notes. I think this is a very frustrating thing for many people. I know a lot of people have come into my stream and they were like, well, now I'm just not going to play because my build is bricked and the comments don't work anymore and I just invested everything into it. I don't have the gold to respec. And so now I'm just kind of like stuck here, right? Like I could start a whole new character, but I don't want to. I was wanting to play this character, or I'd be okay to shift it, but I can't. And so, I think we're having some issues there overall. That's probably more just an early access thing. Again, in the future, it's not going to be constant, but something to at least note right now. So overall, my opinion of the game is very high. I know that there's, some discussion of pieces that could be improved. Obviously, it's early access. This is a time to give feedback. But I do want to say I've been enjoying the game. I've really actually been enjoying playing through the game, which is something that I didn't enjoy in Path of Exile 1 that much. In terms of like the campaign, right? In PoE 1, playing through the campaign, I just felt like, okay, whatever. In Path of Exile 2, my first playthrough, it was kind of long, but then after I got through it and I started learning the maps a little and things, I felt like, some of the maps are a little too big. Not every map, but some maps could be brought down in size. I like the checkpoints, being able to teleport, between them coming and stuff. But I still think some of the maps are a little big. But I have found myself having fun restarting and playing through again and learning a little bit more. So I could see it being a game that could, I could speedrun and enjoy the campaign speedrun and enjoy having fun with that. So I will give them a lot of kudos to that. I think they've also done just a really good job of simplifying some of the stuff down from PoE 1 that was a little difficult, but still allowing to keep plenty of fun in the game, keep complexity in the game, keep difficulty in the game. I mean, they've increased difficulty. And yeah, so overall, high quality game. I think they're doing a great job. I'm excited to see more of what they're doing. But other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, something like that, Matthew. First RPG you've enjoyed playing through the campaign since D2. Possibly. I mean, it really was a nice... The playthrough has been really nice. So, I do agree with that. Oh, this D2 death. Oh, I'm so mad about this death, man. That was such a good run. You have yet to salvage anything and you're finishing Act 3? I mean, honestly, you don't need to salvage anything in the early acts. Selling for gold, I think, is better a majority of the time. Now, salvaging rares for the Regal Shards can be nice, but... Yeah, I mean, the gear on that run was insane. We had Blood Fist, Sanders Boot, Hisaris Belt, 30 IAS Jabs, which, that's whatever, and a 30 faster Run Walk, 27 Light Res Circlet. The rest of the gear was fine. Normal. But those pieces. Oof. Oh, I'm going to miss them. Going to miss them. I feel like the itemization is even closer to D2. I mean, I think D2's itemization is a little better, but also Runeward's wrecked a lot of itemization too, somewhat. Yeah, it's almost 8:00. I got started late today. I slept in, so that's my fault. I ruined today's work a little. So I apologize. It was, late night, waking up, taking care of babies. So I got started too late today. Today is Friday. Possibly back tomorrow. If not, then back Sunday, I believe. I know. Slept in with 2 young kids. Well, you see, you just force it. The newborn actually will sleep in totally. I mean, the thing is, she's up all night. You know, she goes on and off sleeping. So yeah, GG, you guys. Don't forget to follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Sir Corbin Dallas.
You know what's missing? Vendor recipes.
Mm-hmm. Vendor recipes would be nice.
Join my army of the dead.
I feel like a lot of bosses, unless you have a perfect build, are hard walls against progression. Going back to farm is so unimportant.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Peace. Exclamation mark Roblox if you want to support the stream. Oopsies. You can download and play for 15 minutes. Supports the stream. Nice and easy. Bye, everybody. See you guys maybe tomorrow. TBD.
Many moons have passed since I left the town of Tristram behind me. Since then I've tried to forget the terrors I beheld beneath the cold earth and the twisted nightmares that have haunted my every waking moment. There's something dark within me now. I can feel it. Ice blast to the past, a bitter killer's mastery class, an orb of ice, a centrifuge recast at the fast, a frozen mass. They shattered into glasses of ash, a chill and blizzard wizards cast, and now I'm gone in a flash. And we don't stop, a Nova proc, a weapon swap, a unique drop, we're tearing through this chaos. Listen to our master rap to flock, the last who popped the moment stopped, he's finally free. Not even death can save you from me. Holy bolt, holy shield, holy freeze. I might smite the Lord of Terror unto his knees. I'll set free the beast within just to watch him bleed. Pure concentration, no salvation, just to restore peace and bring order to the world. The desecration from my sword, he start a war. I'll massacre the core foundation of the law. This ain't no soul in search of answers, just a hero with a T. And by the time I finish slaying, there won't be Diablo 3. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes. Enter a tonic state, they suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. Bring it back to the master of the track. Travel east to find the beast so I can slay him with my rap. Don't need flails or a sword, tie my hands behind my back. Like a shop up, I'ma kill him with my lyrical attack. Time to let out my battle cry. I don't find the time to grind a level 9 to 9. Support the party blizzard wizard and that summon god. I stand to tank the flank of dolls, but when I try to fight, my damage lacks a crepified, I can't attack. I spent my life mastering axes, now I'm damned to cat. Or cries of anguish, they don't care, they want the mana back. Dead dreams of prestige, honor, valor, now I stand and rap. I go slow, a mental block from years ago. Still trapped inside my mind, the fiction howling's all I know. Yet as I hit my blows, my vengeance charges start to grow. Look out, Diablo, this barbarian's about to steal the show. I spit fire, but not the weak like Inferno. Ebotted poison, Nova shots crush from my goblin toes. Line by line, I'm breathing rhymes in a red lightning hose. And if you're caught up in this flow, your corpse just might explode. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes. Enter a tonic state, they suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. It's a catastrophe, metallic bashing me. Can't throw blows cause I chose my characteristry. Tornadoes, dodging mobs like it's an allergy. Path of war's a product of a master mastery. I pray to D, pray straight blasphemy. I pray to find a glitch or bug to get me past these 3. I'll lose my mind if Talik's extra faster, I can't see. Maddox throws, it's time to focus, DJ drop that beat. They're afraid of the pain now.